Hello and welcome to United Way at Work, our first session after the pandemic, but we know that we're still facing things and we're here with the community to face those all together. Today, we know that folks are still struggling in many ways, and it's a way to highlight Rutland County and how it continues to come together. So thank you for being here with us under new leadership of the United Way of Rutland County. My name is Ashley Bride, and I'm joined here with Rebekah Stevens. I am here with Envoy, Pamela Downs, newly appointed. I'm also here with Amy Scott, who is also newly with BROC. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So Rutland County, I just want to take a moment as new executive director of United Way of Rutland County and say thank you so much. I've been a partner with United Way for many years in a partner agency form, and I have always been impressed how United Way's partners, United Way's donors, stakeholders have shown up and have supported United Way and the efforts that the community rises and says that it needs. And if you are looking to partner with us, as these ladies have in their organizations, please reach out to Kathleen Taft, a new associate director, moved from Colorado recently, and myself, Ashley Bride, again. So I will shift this now to the real rock stars of Rutland County. We're talking about food rock stars, food insecurities. They come and they meet the need. So I'd like to first ask that you give us a little introduction, if you don't mind. So each question will be answered by the panel, and then we will move on to the next one. So just a little introductory, if you don't mind, ladies. Rebekah, if you will start as senior in this work.
Thank you, Ashley. So I'm Rebekah Stevens, and I am the executive director for the Rutland Community Cupboard, and I've been in that position just about 3 years. And I love the work we're doing here in the community. I mean, Rutland is an amazing, unique community, and being able to serve it the way we do from the cupboard is just a blessing, and I enjoy it every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, you say unique and amazing.
Yes.
I'd really like to highlight those words as we really see a launch of a campaign of I Love Rutland. Mm-hmm. And who are those champions for Rutland County? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for highlighting that.
You're welcome.
Please.
So I'm Pamela Downs, Envoy, newly appointed at the Salvation Army here in Rutland. I am the director. We have really tried to group up with both BROC and with the cupboard to meet needs. We've been very, very busy trying to really hit those needs that are needed and to bless the community. So we're here. I know that originally they thought we were gone, but we are here. We're not leaving. And the outpour at Christmas time was amazing. I've never seen a community that steps up like they have here and continue to do. So I'm just excited about partnering with them again for Stamp Out Hunger.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Amy.
Hi. My name is Amy Scott. I am the Community Food Shelf Coordinator for BROC Community Action. Okay. And I have been in my position for exactly 2 months.
Wow.
So, yeah, new.
Wow. I'm so glad you could join us, Amy.
Yeah. And I am back in Rutland after a short hiatus living in North Carolina, and was so looking forward to coming back to my community. But now I've been given the opportunity to really immerse myself in our community and to help. And I feel that BROC Community Action is 100% giving me the opportunity to do that. So our food shelf is open 5 days a week from 10 to noon.
Wow.
And it's a need-based, it's not financially based, which was really an interesting thing for me to find out. And I think that we all are in that same boat. So
okay.
Yeah, and it's just really an amazing place to be.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank
you
you
again for highlighting those pieces. And I'm most excited about the collaboration as you nod your heads together to know that the information you've collaborated about, you know what's going on at each other's buildings, you know what's going on for each other's programs, you know how to really direct folks, and I appreciate that collaboration. I would even venture out to say that I think that you're strong because you do that. Yeah, thank you. So I just want to turn and say we are here because of the national event, the Letter Carriers Stomp Out Hungary event. So we really want to highlight that specific event today. It would take that few moments to really highlight the folks that are doing boots on the ground work. And then now we'd like to shift and let you know that there's a way for you, Rutland County, to help. So I'd like to start by saying the first question here for folks is, how does your organization positively affect our community? How are these donations that we're asking folks to come to the mailbox, right? Bring your food, non-perishable items to the mailbox, and your letter carrier will pick those things up. So what does your organization do, Rebekah?
So we, like Amy had said, you know, BROC is need-based, and the Rutland Community Covered, we do not have criteria so much as if you're in need, you come. And since pandemic hit, it has been incredible to see the need skyrocket. And what most folks don't realize is when pandemic first hit, a lot of resources were thrown into meeting food insecurity. You know, businesses were shut down, and so you saw a lot of pop-up food shelves, saw a lot of distributions going on. But now, as we're moving out into endemic, we're seeing the need go higher, but the resources are not matching it.
Yes.
So we've got at the cupboard an average of 50 to 55 new families a month coming in, 50 to 55 new families a month, representing anywhere from 125 to 175 individuals. And that's every month, brand new, never been to a food shelf. And so the need is real.
Yes.
And these are folks that may be working 2 jobs, you know, they're got a mortgage, they've got car payments, and now they're having to decide, do I feed my kids or do I pay for the heat? Do I put diapers on my child? Do I buy shoes for the one that has to go to school?
That's right.
You know, so there's a lot of decisions being made, and food is coming in last, unfortunately. And as the food prices go up, it's getting even harder for these families to meet the need. So we need the community to understand that every donation that comes in will go immediately right back out to help feed a family. And that's why this is important. And partnering with the post office to do this is a phenomenal opportunity for us to merge a local, very specific impacted, you know, problem here in Rutland, but we're matching it with a national drive.
That's right.
And to be part of that is great.
That's right.
So I think, you know, that's what people have to remember, is that the need is there, and even as we're crawling out of this, it's not getting better right now.
That's right. So the second Saturday in May, we're calling on folks to put their food items out that they feel that they can generously give to their neighbors that are in need. We're calling them because, as you have heard Rebekah very beautifully and elegantly tell us of the need, of the real struggle that is here, this is a basic way that all of us as neighbors can come together and really fight for something that we know. We know that if our neighbors are in survival mode, all the time rummaging for how they're going to put food as value on their tables, we know that they are not thriving in our community and living to their full potential. Beautiful, thank you, even though we know it's painful. We know these things really exist. Thank you. One more thing I'd like to add before we move on to the next question is that you're also doing something very unique on the side from Community Covered. And my understanding is that's Rutland's Promise?
Yes, Rutland's Promise is the only temporary emergency housing shelter for families in Rutland County. We offer a very unique form of safe housing for families that are struggling with homelessness here in the county. And what has really come to light for us is that there are families out there that are being displaced due to catastrophic events beyond their control. You know, a owner of a property has sold their home and they don't want to rent anymore because they're going to occupy. and you're displaced 2-3 families. So these families are moving into the hotels because the housing inventory is very low, and they're self-paying, a lot of them. So the money goes quick when you're paying $800 a week. And so we can step in, as Rutland's promised, we can offer them temporary emergency shelter, and we get them back on their feet. And I am very proud to say that our current family actually will be moving into their own home because we were able to step in, and they were able to save the money they had already put aside for buying a home and not have to pay, to be in temporary housing in a hotel. And now they're purchasing a home, and they're going to be sustainable. It's phenomenal. It's just phenomenal.
Beautiful. A situation that can be taken from a very vulnerable place in someone's life to experience something of this nature, to a place of empowerment, moving them to a place of home ownership, owning a piece of our community, being a part of that. Wow.
I know.
I'd like to invite you back, but I have to move on. I'm so sorry.
I'll come back.
Thank you.
We can talk about it next time.
Rutland County, we are coming back with Rebekah. So Pamela, I'm so excited that you've joined us October of 2021. I'm excited that you're new to our community. Welcome.
Thank you. It's been a blessing. I came in right before our Christmas kickoff with the kettles and, getting the toys out for kids. And so I jumped in head first.
Wow.
into
huge undertaking.
Yes. We did well with our kettle campaign. We did amazing with the amount of toys that came in and donations and people coming and saying, "You have people still on a waiting list?" Yes. Well, let me take care of that. I can't tell you how many times I was brought to tears at seeing the community come and step up over and over again at Christmas. And now we're here still dealing with a pandemic, and it's getting real. We're starting to see the same number of people coming in for assistance that we saw at Christmas time, and that's not normal. And so,
You're seeing a serious increase.
I'm seeing a serious increase. And with that, we've gone from doing once a month, them coming in for food assistance, to twice a month, because I looked at what BROC does and what the community cover does, and I wanted to make sure that all of us could make sure that they are fed weekly. And so that's why we have changed that. And last night, I think it was last night, no, it was the night before, I was thinking about this because I couldn't sleep because I was hungry.
Sure.
Because sometimes you just don't eat enough at dinner time. And
Sure.
I went and had a piece of toast. But there are families that can't do that right now.
Wow, powerful. Yes.
And it made me feel wrong for going to have a piece of toast knowing that others out there can't even do that for their children. And I want to impact that. And working with both the cupboard and BROC, we're able to do what we can, but we still need some help because we need finances for that. Groceries aren't cheap to go for, even for us to go out and buy.
That's right.
For the community.
Thank you for sharing your raw and real passion for this work. Thank you for showing up for Rutland County, for those children that need you. Thank you for those kids that do go to bed hungry. Thank you that you are there, that you are an option for them. And so I now am going to get emotional because I think you're awesome, right? I think you all are awesome. You're showing up for our families. And folks, we are calling on you the second Saturday in May to show up and join the passion, join the good work that's happening, and join part of the team. Be here for our neighbors that are experiencing this. Our children are calling on you. They're asking. They're asking through the numbers and the services that we see. Our folks that are elderly, our folks that maybe savings was not being a norm. Now we're hearing, make sure you put some money away for the rainy day. But the rainy day has actually come, right? So we were facing a pandemic. It's now, and it has been. And we're coming out of it, and we're strong. But we also know we're facing things. So for those of you that can, please reach out to these ladies. Reach out and be a part of the solution, because there are folks here combating on the front lines. Thank you. Thank you. Amy,
Hi.
I just had the pleasure of meeting Amy, and I have to tell you that I can tell that you come from a rock star team. BROC is an amazing organization, but wow, I just am excited to meet you 2 months into the job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I came into the job 2 months ago, not understanding food insecurity and what that actually means. And food insecurity is basically having to choose between whether you're going to pay a bill or whether you're going to go grocery shopping and get all of the things that you want and need. There's a lot of people who can't even get the wants, they can only get the need. And then there's a lot of people that they can't even get the need.
That's right.
So, and that's what our organizations are there for. So BROC is an organization, Community Cupboard is a great organization, Salvation Army. There's 3 women that are sitting here right now that can say, once a month you can come to BROC.
Yes.
Once a month you can, yeah. So, I mean, you're able to now get the things that you need.
Yes.
The greatest thing that I think about Rutland and Rutland County and also our location in Bennington is that when we have customers that come to shop at BROC, their number one worry is always that they don't want to take something from someone else. So
Interesting.
I hear that every single day. Folks that come in and they are, I mean, really hardworking people. And they never saw themselves as not being able to sustain this and get the thing that they need.
Yes.
And their number one worry about coming to see us is that they're afraid that they're taking it away from someone. And I tell everyone, we're very lucky in this community because we have a partnership with the Vermont Food Bank and we have partnerships with each other. We have what we need. We have the needs that we can actually work together and face. So the biggest, I think, obstacle to that, and I think that the other ladies probably will agree, is just that stigma of folks not realizing that they are actually hungry enough. And so the cool thing about the Stamp Out Hunger event is that here's your chance to give back. So anyone can do it. Anyone can put some things out there for people that might need them. It's going to give us a lot of variety.
That's right.
It's going to give us some cool things to choose from. That's right. And then we will all know, if you participate, that everyone in the community is participating. Your income level, nothing matters, and you can just give. And then folks will be able to come in and make choices about what they want to have.
That's
and
right.
really, like, we'll have the opportunity to carry more things that we don't always. So maybe there's some of those wants there too.
That's right.
Some of those things that people just would like to have.
That's
you
right.
know, that's going to give them that little bit of extra, like, now I can make grandma's recipe.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So that's important to all of us. Food is important to everyone.
Food is love. So to
Absolutely.
have those pieces of grandma's recipe, whatever it may be, that is such a huge point. And I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that you brought that up, that dignity is what I'm hearing from you. Dignity to allow folks to come through the doors and understand your community is here for you when you are working 2 jobs to make ends meet, and that those programs are accessible, that those are there. Now, when I was chatting with you prior, I did hear you emphasize BROC community action. Now, I just wanted to take a quick moment before we move on. What is the significance around that?
So community action projects actually are in every state. They are, I believe that I was told that they started with Kennedy.
Okay.
So, and they're a federal agency. So all states have community action projects, which are specifically there to give folks the opportunity to make things happen for themselves.
Okay.
So
Okay.
BROC really encompasses, and I know you've probably seen the signs, we do a little bit of everything. We do weatherization, we help people with
Yes.
taxes, so the great thing about BROC is that you can walk in with one need and wind up getting help with a myriad of different obstacles that maybe you were facing.
Yes.
So it's an amazing place that's full of people that are trained in different ways to help in a million different ways. We can help with getting applications done for 3 squares.
Wow.
We can help with, we just stuffed a bunch of Easter eggs yesterday
Wow,
that are going to be
yes.
handed out for the News Story Center.
Okay.
We do kind of have our hands in just doing everything that we can to help our community just benefit themselves. So, and I hope I said that correctly, but I only have had 2 months of hearing it. So next year I'll come back and really
And
do that well.
I will definitely say, Amy, I think you're a great champion for BROC. I'm very, very impressed.
excited
In
to be
2
there.
months, you can hear that you do this work purely from passion as well. I think I hear that camaraderie there for sure. Amy, the other piece is, you're right, that long relationship, right, that each one of you have had within the community as an organization, as BROC, as Salvation Army, as Community Covered. Each organization touches the lives of folks in Rutland County and does it so significantly. And I'm just purely impressed, and going to bring it up again, that it does it collaboratively. And I'm very excited about that for Rutland County. So a big piece that I want to wrap us up with, and I know that we had many more questions. A big one would be, what does your specific food shelf, food pantry need from the community? What, if you could call on them to say, hey, what can you put out on the second Saturday in May for your letter carriers to pick up? What would that need be? So we can talk a little bit about that. And then the last piece is, what are you most proud of? What is a program? What is a story? Someone who's been touched, maybe, empowered, it sounds like. Huge empowerments going on at different places. What's a success piece that the community can take away and really know that if they wanted to invest their time, their talent, their resources, their money, they could go directly to you because they connect with something that you're really proud of? Okay, thanks so much.
Okay, so
Shoot.
I wanted to touch on, and that's part of what we're
Please.
proud of at the Community Covered, is the stigma around visiting a food shelf. And we have worked incredibly hard to make our space not only beautiful inside and out, but to make it inviting, respectful, and advocating.
Yes.
Especially self-advocating is what we look for when we deal with our shoppers, because we want to make sure that when someone comes in, they're getting a shopping experience.
Yes.
As if they're in a grocery store. So we are actually set up like a grocery store. We're the corner neighborhood market, the family market, and our location actually had at one time the neighborhood market on it. So to be able to now mimic that in a way that meets food insecurity in our community has brought me a lot of pride that we're able to really offer that to the folks that need it the most. But when they walk in angry, shameful, they might have a look on their face, they don't want to talk to you, and they walk out with tears in their eyes, gratitude on their lips,
Yes.
And saying to us, thank you, I didn't expect this. A bright space, a clean space, a space just fully abundant with the donations from this community. And with the for support of the Vermont Food Bank, the ability to purchase staples
Ooh, yes.
of what we need, and
Thank you, Vermont Food Bank.
right. Thank you, Vermont Food Bank. Can't thank them enough.
Thank you.
And that coupled with the community and how generous Rutland is, and the surrounding areas, it's phenomenal. I mean, like Pam, there's not a day that I don't have some type of tear in my eye, or a thickness in my throat because of the gratitude I feel for the community that I live in, and the fact that they are just so generous, not only with their time but their funds, and not everybody has a ton of money.
That's right.
But they give what they can,
That's right.
and every
Do what you can.
Yes, absolutely, and every penny we get, helps somebody not go to bed feeling hungry that day.
Yes.
And so, the collaboration we have between the 3 organizations, being the one at the table who's been here just a little bit longer, has been so important to me.
Yes.
And we have worked so hard as 3 organizations to come together and support our community. This is not, BROC serves them, Salvation serves them, and we serve it. No. We are here as a community, serving a community, supported by a community.
Thank you.
And it is phenomenal to be part
Powerful.
of it. Phenomenal. And I'm just grateful I get to do it every day.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
I think that we've been celebrating heroes throughout this entire pandemic, and I think we do need to take just a moment and personally say thank you to each one of you. I think you bring up a beautiful point that you are the face of the Rockstar teams that you lead behind, right? Lead behind you, but at the same time, make no mistake, Rutland County, it takes a lot to be this kind of caring, to be this kind of prideful person, to be able to then instill it into everything you do, into the ripple around everything that you are. Wow. I'm blown away, Rutland County, and I know I'm putting my items out. I'm putting my items out. So with that said, I'd like to just quickly say that Fairhaven Concered usually participates this year. We do know that there is a shortage in staff across the country. So we want to also put it out to our letter carrier drive folks that are actually picking the food up, that you are rock stars. Without you, this would not happen. Thank you to the surrounding areas of Rutland that are just trying to make it every day. Thank you. So if you want to donate, you can go directly to Fairhaven Concered, and you can chat with Tracy Yandel and find out the best way to do that. 802-265-3666. Okay, please, your most proud moments, programs, and the most need, I think, too, was something we should touch on.
We have many new programs that have started. Plus, we also offer, similar to the BROC, where we have utility assistance, rental assistance. We've started up some ministry programs too. I'm actually trying to reach out to like seniors. Seniors need community, and with all that's going on with the pandemic, they have suffered the most. And so I am trying to start a program where they can come in and have a lunch, sit down with those around them that are of their age, and just have a good time and enjoy some fellowship that they haven't been able to have for the past couple of years.
Absolutely.
I had a lady that came in the other day for food, and we had a conversation. She saw a picture that I had of the foot of Jesus with a snake that he was stomping out, and she asked me questions about it, and that from that conversation she was so blessed because I actually took the time to talk with a lonely lady who has had so much loss in her life in the past few years that she just feels she is alone, that she has nothing anymore. And I invited her to our women's group where she can come and just have some great time with some ladies. So we're not just trying to feed them, but we're trying to make sure to cover the physical and the spiritual needs that they need in the community.
Thank you.
And, conversations. We need conversations. I don't know about you, but I've gone nuts through this whole pandemic, and you can't do things because you can't fellowship with anybody because you have to wear a mask and you have to stay this far away, and then the pandemic gets worse and then you have to stay home. It's been tough.
It's been tough. It's been tough on those folks. It's been tough on all folks, but it's been tough on those folks that are exceptionally isolated, is what I'm hearing from you.
What's amazing, though, is that through this entire pandemic, these 3 food shelves have not closed.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have
Great
been there
point.
every day.
Wow.
It's something that is a prideful moment also. I am very proud of the fact that we were able to stay open and did not have to close, and were able to serve the community through the entire event.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what is BROC most proud of?
Me personally, I'm proud of everything that BROC does.
That's right.
So, and I just touched my mic, which I wasn't supposed to do. But, so hopefully you heard that. I'm proud of everything that BROC does. We do have a specific need in our community that I kind of feel like needs to be addressed. We have new citizens, and we specifically are collecting food. Hopefully with the Stamp Out Hunger event, we can get some specific things that the Afghan refugees need.
Okay.
So, and So we need some whole wheat flour. We need lentils. Those type of things are really important. So if you look up a list of what people need, you can read about it and put those out on the porch as well.
Thank you so much for highlighting that. We would again like to thank you for being an amazing part of Rutland County, the solutions, the empowerment, the real value that are behind these programs of helping folks with the general need of and basic need of food insecurity, but then that broadened piece of empowering folks through a thriving community and thriving life. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we really appreciate it. This was good.